Hey everybody, it is Julie, Natalie, and Christy, that's right. Giving you a heads up for May 8th with our toddler and 4 through kindergarten kids. This whole month is about friendship, and our key question is, who gives you good friends? And the bottom line, all month long, God gives me good friends. And so how friendship is a gift from God. And this week, we are looking at the story of David and Jonathan, and we started that last week, how they were good friends, and now this week, David and Jonathan say goodbye. It's in 1 Samuel chapter 20, and you can read that on your own and get a feel for how their friendship works and the emotions, which is our theme for today, different emotions. The emotions that David and Jonathan have are how we're connecting with our kids this week. Toddlers are starting out with some faces.
Yes, this is going to be a matching game, and you're going to have happy, sad, scared, and excited. Woo-hoo!
Whoa.
Cards for the kids to match up as they're being flipped over. Help them to identify them, because there's a couple between the excited and scared where they may not understand that truly. When they're done, let them know that today's Bible story, they will hear about what happened to David and Jonathan that made them go from a happy face to a sad face. And then when you're done with that, they'll have fun with this next activity because they get to use mirrors. You can draw emotions on the mirrors and have the kids mimic what's actually in the mirror. You can see this one, I think, is an SOS signal for help me. Smiling face. So do this as much as there's interest, and when you're done, you can get the kids ready to hear about David and Jonathan saying goodbye and how it made their happy faces turn to sad faces.
Very cool. So just introducing the idea of emotions with our toddlers. 4K kids?
We also are dealing with emotions. Firstly, dealing with the sad emotions. So we will have this beach ball. However, it will be blown up for you. And there are 4 different emotions on the different colors. What you're going to do is you're going to pick a color. So you're going to say red, and you're going to throw it to one of your kids, and they have to make that face. And you're just going to do this.
Example of the face.
Yes. That's exactly how they look on the beach ball.
Without a doubt.
So you're going to do that until everyone gets a chance to make a face. And at the end, just reiterate to the kids that sometimes you can tell how someone feels just by the expression on their face. And that today we're going to hear about the 2 gentlemen in our story, David and Jonathan, and how they were sad. So that's the first one. The second one is name that emotion. So we have 3 different emotions here: happy, sad, and excited.
I got the good one.
And you're going to have these taped up, and you're going to be reading some scenarios that have been typed up for you in your lesson plan. And you're going to have the kids name which emotion is connected with that scenario. And then the last activity before we do our DVD is called Link It Up. This is where you're probably definitely going to need your extra hands. We have several strips of paper, and you're going to give each kid a few of them, help them tape. And what we're going to do is tape them together, and then we're going to tape other ones and link them. So essentially, you're going to be making like a link chain. And then you're going to hang it up in the room somewhere for the parents to see when they come in. And then just afterwards, reiterate that one by itself is okay, but when they're all linked up together, they're better. So they're better together.
Cool. One way to visualize it and work together as a team. So you're going to watch your video together, have your snack, and do your memory verse. There's not a separate activity for the memory verse this week, so usually at snack time is a good time to do it, or right after the Bible story, depending on how antsy they are. But we will demonstrate it for you. Last week we messed up, so we'll see if we get it right this time. Ready? Here we go.
All right.
2 people are better than 1. They can help each other in everything they do. Ecclesiastes 4:9. We want to see very high jumping when you do that with the children. Then there is 2 activities with our toddlers.
Yes, the first activity is say goodbye. This is a take-home activity. What you're going to do is have someone read the story of David and Jonathan while other helpers can help the kids put their stickers on this handout. When you are finished, you can state that David and Jonathan were best friends, and even though they will be sad being apart, they promise to stay friends forever. This activity is a good example of our bottom line on who can give me good friends. God can give me good friends. And then our last activity, you've got a friend. This one they can also take home. You will also have someone recap today's story while helpers will trace the kids' hands onto the sheet. It's not blue, sorry. And then you'll add this heart, have it glued on. Extra hands will definitely have to help some of the younger ones glue that onto the paper. When everyone is done, let the kids know that even when David and Jonathan were sad to say goodbye, they knew that they would be good friends no matter where they were. You can state the bottom line by asking them, who gives you good friends? And
it says right on your heart, God gives me good friends. And that's a interesting or really simple way to connect parents too. Just when you give it to them, you can just say, hey, we learned about how God gives us good friends today. That's all you have to say. And they know a little bit of what happened in our class. So 4K kids also have two activities after the story.
We also have the same paper. However, we are going to we'll have more tissue paper. This is just an example. You're going to have them tear it up, glue it on the bottom for grass, put a heart next to each of them, and you're basically going to be retelling the Bible story, and just make sure you're telling them, make sure you're telling them that you can be friends with someone even if they're far away, and that David and Jonathan were no longer close to each other, but they were still good friends and kept each other in their hearts.
And I'm going to have to talk to Selena because please don't use the one that says hot stuff or kiss me or crush. Might want to take those out before you actually give them to the children.
Oh, Selena.
Too funny not to say. Anyway, one more activity.
Last activity is notes with friends. You're going to give each child a bag. They're going to write their name on it. You're going to assign each child a partner. And that partner is going to draw or write a happy picture for their friend on there and put it in their bag.
Kind of like a little Valentine
idea. And basically what you're going to say to them is that I hope if you get sad this week that you take out your little note card and you read it or look at it and it makes you feel happy. It's showing the kids that they can still have friends and feel God's love from afar.
Even when we're apart. Very cool. Very nice activities this week. I hope you feel our love coming through the screen because we're weird and goofy, but we love these kids and so do you. And we appreciate the time that you spend with them. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll see you Sunday.